Hey all, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here doing a Swiss Draft RTR pre-release. Open a Shockland. I think I might have to pick that for value, but other notable picks in here: Civic Saber, probably I think the only piece of equipment. Staticaster, which is good at pinging things. Trader's Instinct, if you're beat down, Rakdos is amazing. You know how I love these cards: Mark of Mutiny, Trader's Instinct, Trader's Blood, all that nonsense. Those are all fine. That's about it. I don't feel horrible about passing this other stuff for a Shockland. Alright, pick number 2. Well, let's see. Underworld Connections is cool, it's double black. But no, it's fine. I mean, it's a good way to generate card advantage, which is probably pretty good in this format. Other notable picks: I like Common Bond quite a bit. This is possibly one of the best tricks in the format. Trostani's Judgment is actually a removal spell. So, Sunspire Griffin, also a fine flyer. I think my choices are really the Underworld Connections for generating card advantage, or the Common Bond, or the Trostani's Judgment. Oh, it's from my last pre-release. I got completely annihilated in that one. We're not going to be posting that one. That was just sad, sad, sad. Alright, so I'm going to pick the Underworld Connections here, I think. I like the card draw. I think that's good. Oh, let's see. Here, my choices are really Dead Reveler, which is an awesome attacker, Slitherhead, which is always fine. Centaur Healer is a very good card. I think I'm more interested in playing my Underworld Connections than the Centaur Healer. I'm going to go with the Dead Reveler here. I like him quite a bit. This guy's really good, and we got the Hallowed Fountain. This guy's pretty amazing, actually. But how likely am I to do... It's such a bad idea to go white, black, blue. You get no, guild help at all. I think I'm going to go Trader's Instinct. Dead Reveler, it's kind of down a Rakdos route. I suppose that Underworld Connections isn't that great for aggressive, but it's a way to refill your hand in a pinch. So, yeah, I'll go with Trader's Instinct. So we're looking for cheap beaters. Tavern Swindler's fine, but I see more upside in picking another Trader's Instinct here. So I'm just looking for cheap Rakdos creatures at this point. And not a single one here. Okay. That's interesting. I guess we'll take the Security Blockade, prevents damage and gives me a token. Populate's not super likely, but white's got some populate stuff. This takes care of pesky enchantments, I guess. Could also just pick a Guildgate if I wanted to go Is It Rakdos or something. I'm not really interested in any of these cards too much. Dramatic Rescue is actually decent, but I think I'm going to pick up the Is It Guildgate. Get some more fixing if I need it. This guy makes instants and sorceries, and he's a bear. Otherwise, Drudge Beetle. So would I rather go Is It Rakdos or Rakdos Golgari? Rakdos Golgari and Is It Rakdos? Which one of these cards is better? Probably the Electromancer, based on what we already have. Alright, I'll go Electromancer. Sort by cost here. Okay. So, just nothing on color for us. Looks like blue-white was wide open. Guess we'll get a Skywatch. Third Trader's Instinct, huh? Okay. So, not looking like it's coming together too well right now. Actually, I'd say it's looking like pretty poor. But if we end up getting some cheaper creatures, the Trader's Instinct would be huge. Okay, nothing on color with us. So at this point, I think I'm just going to start picking up what would go good with red. Green, no, not white. So we'll go good with black. Green, black, Golgari, I guess. So it's just completely not the route we're going. I guess I'll take a Sunspire Griffin. It's a flyer. I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm just completely being cut on black and red, which is what I tried to pick up early. So just pretty terrible. I'm going to take Paralyzing Grasp here. If we end up it's pretty good. Eyes in the Sky is alright. Inspiration. I'm going to try and make the blue work, because I've already picked up some blue. I'd like to make this Grixis thing work, but if I can't, then that's the way it goes. I'll take the Blister Coil Weird, although I'm certainly not excited by that pick in any way, shape, or form. So far we look pretty bad, not gonna lie. We look like we don't have threats, and we're not in the right colors, because we're competing with everybody for the same colors. But let's see if we can find some stuff to make this work. Let's see. Fairy Imposter. I guess Trader's Instinct with Fairy Imposter is kind of cool. It's like steal your creature, attack with it, bounce it. And actually Slum Reaper with Trader's Instinct is kind of cool too, but that one's a little more expensive. Fairy Imposter only costs 5. I don't really have any other sort of support for Fairy Imposter at the moment, but it might be the pick anyway. So maybe I should go more of like an Is It route splash Rakdos. Then the Underworld Connections looks a lot worse. Supreme Verdict's fine, but I don't think it's worth a ton of ticks. Could be, I don't actually know. I think I actually need a card here though, since our deck looks like crap at the moment. Let's try the Fairy Imposter out. I kind of like it if I end up getting any Rakdos creatures at all. How are there no Rakdos creatures in here? This is blowing my mind. Alright, Is It Charm's removal, Launch Party's removal, Crosstown Courier, I guess, is a beater. Certainly not an impressive one. Is It Charm does quite a bit of things. Lobber Crew can deal some damage. It's not exactly what I'm looking for when I have triple Trader's Instinct. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the Is It Charm. So we're just going to go a little deeper Is It here. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, Hellhole Flailer. My favorite Rakdos card, so we can stay on this path of Rakdos. Looks like we're just going to be splashing the black. We'll pick up the Rakdos Guildgate, get some fixing here over the Vassal Soul and the Electrickery and another Paralyzing Grasp. Void Wielder's actually very good too. I think I'd rather have the fixing though. I want to make this work if I can. Just all white and green, unsurprisingly. What do I take out of here? I really can't decide. It all looks so bad for us. Could probably take a Backlash. Not super likely to play it. Guess it's cheaper with Electromancer. Alright, guess I'll take it. Well, we need more creatures since we're on pack 2 and we have almost no creatures. So I'll take the spawn over the launch party, I guess. Still no cheap creatures. We'll take the jailbreaker. We have a couple guild gates, so could possibly make that work. This deck looks pretty bad right now. Still pretty bad. I was just hoping to see some cheap creatures this entire time, and we've really yet to see any cheap creatures like that are in blue, black, or red. Yep, same exact thing, just being passed cheap white creatures, while all of the other cards we're being passed are just clunky as all hell. So, pretty bad spot here, just can't see cheap creatures. There we go. Alright, so we'll take a Diadrome Imp over the Bellows Lizard, because this one's actually evasive. So it appears that everyone at our table is definitely Rakdos. Every single player, I'm pretty sure, considering the amount of white that we've been passed. So we should have gone white-blue. I wanted to do this Trader's Instinct thing, so I decided early I wanted to do Rakdos, and then it turns out everybody else decided that too. Taking the Courier here just because we have no early pressure. So yeah, like I was saying, I decided to go Rakdos. We're just really getting caught on almost every Unleash card. There's just so many cheap Unleash guys, and the fact that we have literally seen 0 of them continues to blow my mind. So we're going to definitely take a Racketeer here, who is okay. It's pretty good. Still looking for cheap creatures. We'll get one more pack to try it. While hunting for cheap creatures, we've picked up almost 0 removal. An Action Injunction, yeah, I guess that can be pretty good. And I guess we'll take a Mind Rot. Yeah, beat down with Catacomb Slug. That's good. Alright, so still looking pretty weak, aren't we? We are just really on the hunt for cheap Unleashed creatures. All we need. I would sacrifice every piece of removal for some cheap Unleashed creatures. I'm looking for Dead Revelers, Gorehouse Chainwalkers, Rakdos Cacklers, Grim Roustabouts. I'm looking for other stuff like that I can't think of at the moment. Okay, there's not a single one in here for that, so I think I'll probably just take a Temple Garden, pick up a second Shockland. I'm going to need these eventually if I want to build decks online. And I'm not really missing much of anything. Lobber Crew, which is reasonable. Not the plan I want to do. Keyrune, which is decent. I'm going to take Temple Garden. I'm just going to get some tickets. Or some value, I should say. Okay, so here's actually a cheap creature that we can beat in with. Certainly not the most exciting pick. Syncopate's fine, but we're just looking for early creatures at this point. We just don't have enough pressure. So we'll take the Roustabout. Okay, another cheap creature would be ideal here, but that does not appear to be happening, so could take a Deviant Glee. It's not looking remarkably well in this deck. Racketeer is a reasonably cheap creature though. Otherwise, Trion's Guild Promenade for fixing might be good, but we've got a couple guild gates we're running already. Rogue's Passage allows you to get in there. It's actually not bad, but I'm going to pick up the Racketeer here. We still need more creatures. We're just not playing enough creatures for what I want to do. Void Wielder for bouncing might be the pick over the Drainpipe Vermin, which is just not that exciting. And Batterhorn's fine too, but I'm going to take the Void Wielder. Can set them back. Another Void Wielder or Electromancer or Racketeer. I think we'll take another Electromancer. How many spells are we running? Just our Trader's Instincts makes pretty much cheaper. Is that it? I don't need a third Racketeer though, so I guess I will take the Electromancer. So now it looks like we're lightest in... No, it looks like we're a pretty good mix of a bunch of stuff. Alright, we're cutting the Blister Coil weird. I don't like it. Cutting the... I'm not sure. I have to look more. Yep, just continuing to get cut here. What do you do? It's not very beat down at all. I guess we'll take Dynacharge. I can pay 2 with Electromancer to boost my whole team, and 1 if I have both of them out. That's pretty good. As of yet, yeah, this deck's pretty bad, but hopefully I can figure something out with how I'm going to make this work. Cheap creatures, I guess, just way too high a demand. Aggressor is probably okay, but probably rather just take an inspiration, get some more card advantage, ideally. Not sure exactly how I'm winning, so if you're wondering how I'm winning, I don't know either. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm going to play the Daggerdrome Imp. Yeah, just really not sure how I'm winning this. I was really hoping for some, like a couple cheap Unleash guys, but I ended up only getting, what, 2 Unleash guys? 3? 3 Unleash guys? It's pretty terrible. So we're not beat down, but I tried from the beginning to be beat down. Maybe it's 4 Unleash guys. Yeah. So no Gorehouse Chainwalkers, no... there's so many, it's ridiculous, actually. There's the First Strike one. There's Dead Reveler, which we did get. There's Cackler. There's... I feel like there's just a ton of Unleash creatures, and most of them common, so the fact that we didn't see them is kind of upsetting. Yeah, just more green cards. Okay, I guess we'll take this guy in case I want to play him. Alright, Stealer of Secrets it is. Still trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to do here. I really don't anticipate winning the draft with this deck, just not nearly enough power level. Low removal, unimpressive creatures. Turns out I should have just played blue-white from the beginning, but I got excited by some early Trader's Instincts. I got tempted by some black value cards, and I just completely went down the wrong route. Ended up with a mediocre deck that's going to be difficult to fix for. I'll live with it. I mean, it's certainly possible this deck can beat other decks. Alright, this card's undervalued. I'll take it and play it. Lets you get in on stalled board states, or just board states in which you really want to get in. I don't really care about any of these. I'm not going to play a Skullrend. And I'm not going to play a second Mind Rot. We'll take the board clump card. And I guess whatever, yeah. And a mountain. Alright, so let's build something that doesn't look too terrible. If that's possible. If possible, let's try and build a deck that doesn't look like a complete piece of garbage. So, I'm going to play this thing, that, maybe you. I'm not sure, I'm not sold on Skywatch yet. Do these, that, jailbreakers, do this, these, do that, spawn, electromancers, is it charm? Alright, so these are the cards I'm looking to really play. How many early creatures I got? I got 16 creatures in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drop creatures. Daggerdrome Imp is just really bad if you don't have Scavenge or any sort of support for it, but that's alright. Sometimes you gotta play bad decks. Alright, so we're certainly cutting one of our Trader's Instincts since just didn't do the plan that I wanted to initially do. Gotta cut 2 more cards. We'll cut an Imp just because they're just not good. I guess Courier's probably worse. I'm gonna need enough creatures to make this deck work though. Just no removal at all. Wow. Yeah. Let's just cut the Imps. They're not exciting me at all. Alright, sort by color. Wow. Alright. So 5, 10 red spells, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue spells. Actually, for this I just like looking at stats. Alright, so let's see our mix of color here. 11, 8, and 10. Alright, so we need most blue. Black is our least color. So I can run an Izzet Guildgate and a Rakdos Guildgate, and I'd still like to do the Rogue's Passage just so I can get in there with fatties or have some way of winning with a bunch of mana. So those 3 lands are accounted for. Let's see what they suggest after I do those 3 lands. They want to do 5, 5, 4. 5, 5, 4. I have two of my lands are red already, so I guess that kind of actually makes sense that the red would be the least. What do I have the least of early? The least of black early. But I still think because I have the double red source, I mean it's like 6 red right now, 6 black, 6 blue. That might not be the worst. That might actually, I think I'm gonna have to make do with that. This deck is extremely mediocre. I'm super unimpressed with how it turned out. I'm going to try my best. This is going to be a very extremely difficult deck to win with. It's slow, it's no pressure, it's trying to capitalize on cards that really want you to put a lot of pressure on. Just pretty unimpressed with how it turned out, but it could theoretically win a game, so we'll try it. Maybe I should try and make these Skywatches work. I hate them, but I just don't see us doing enough pressure. I'm going to drop the Stealer of Secrets. I don't see any way for him to get in that much. I guess the Rogue's Passage, but so, I mean, I don't know. Could also cut the Courier for another one. Sacrificing early game for late game, but I really don't see our early game getting us there. So we'll try this.